I like Big E. Me too. But I wasn't ready to see Lashley drop the title yet. My biggest fear is Lashley getting lost in the mid card. Yeah, you know what? Before we get to I know we're going to talk about what happened on Dark Side of the Ring. Let's talk about the Lashley coming out of this. What do you think the future holds for Bobby Lashley? I mean, are he and Big E going to continue to feud, or is this one of those things to where, you win the world title, it's your first time you won it, and then we kind of never see you in that position again? You go to the mid card. Because look, I mean, honestly, Drew McIntyre, after he won the world title and lost it to Bobby, he's kind of been, in the upper mid card stuff, right? Jinder Mahal won the title one time. Never really saw him in that position again. Kofi Kingston won the world title one time, and then after he lost it, that was pretty much it. Do you think that we'll see Bobby remain in the upper top tier, or was this kind of a one and done run?
Well, first of all, you're never going to be, unless you're certain people. Let's just say that. The guy at the top of the card all the time. Okay? That's just not going to happen. You're going to find yourself upper mid card, whatnot. But a guy like Bobby, I think he's made himself. He's what I call a made man. Over this last year, Bobby has done literally his best work that I've ever seen him do in the business thus far. So I think Bobby has put himself in a place as well as far as, man, this guy's a star. He's a go-to guy, especially with MVP at his side. Now, that's the one caveat to this whole thing right here. MVP just underwent knee surgery. We know he's going to be out for a while. I told you, I could just tell, the guy was limping around, gimpy, just still going out there trying to put in the work. But the question is going to be, is Bobby Lashley going to be a totally different Bobby Lashley without MVP by his side for a few months? That's the question right there.
I think so. I do think so. I think that when Bobby first came back, it was cool. It was Bobby Lashley. We saw him this 2018, I think, when he came back. And then almost immediately, they put him with Leo Rush, right? Bobby, doing that whole thing, right? And Leo Rush was his mouthpiece for a while. And then when Leo Rush went away, what'd they do? Here comes Lana. Lana's his mouthpiece. As soon as Lana goes away, what do? Here comes Envy. Obviously, they like someone to do the talking for Bobby. Now, I've seen Bobby Lashley cut promos, especially when he's in Impact. And he actually isn't a bad promo. Maybe he just doesn't like it, or maybe they think that having a mouthpiece for someone who looks like that is better.
Exactly.
It just makes him feel bigger, because he's not a bad promo. He can do it on his own. No matter what people say about Brock Lesnar has cut some entertaining promos in his career, right? I guess just people who have that physical physique, they're like, let's have a promoter for them.
A manager.
A
liaison.
Right.
Something like that. Bobby, like I said, I don't think Bobby's going to have a problem staying in a position, because there again, you got to look at the roster. You say, who do I put in Bobby Lashley's spot? Who's going to get me more bang for my buck other than Bobby? And you can't look too many places. You really can't. I'm not just saying that because I like Bobby. He's a friend or anything like that. But I always say, man, I always looked at the guys on the roster. If I stood across from them, did these guys match up with me? Did they size up with me? Could they go out and pull weight like me? And I would always say, most of the time, I don't think so. I think that's what Bobby Lashley is right now. As far as, man, come on, you look at the roster, you look at Bobby Lashley, who you gonna pick? You look at the whole roster, who you gonna pick? You're gonna pick Bobby Lashley. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. No, I mean, I hope he stays in the main level. I hope he wins the title again, whether it's against Big E or whomever. I think that he did so well as the WWE champion, going from, and here's the thing, Bobby is going to go down in history for a multitude of different reasons, but one of which is he's the guy who carried the torch from the digital era, no fan, performance center era, right, back to live fans, through WrestleMania, through all of that. He was the WWE champion when all that happened. And I think that Bobby carried that title about as great as anybody has in the last 5 years, or maybe longer, maybe the last 10 years. I can't remember a more believable guy who was there on a week-to-week basis, who was a legitimate threat to anybody who stood across from him. Super believable, total package. And what they did with Hurt Business, I mean, Bobby, look, this was his Hall of Fame run.
Nah, Bobby was built properly. This last run, I must say, some of the guys that he worked, some of the guys that he just left laying in waste, and you just go, wow. The way he took the title, literally by force. It was a rat tagging, man. So I was like, man, this is the way I like to see talent be built. So definitely, I think Bobby Lashley is going to find himself back into that spot.